Hello and welcome to my home again. You may notice some differences from last week. For example, the background's slightly different, the picture to my right is bigger, and I've got a new chair. Whoa! You could say that people told me to change all this stuff. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, the point of this video is to talk about the latest chapter of Attack on Titan. But I've already made an Attack on Titan video in the last week. Oh no. But I can't help it. I did say in last week's video that I was obsessed with the series, so it was coming. But every month a new chapter comes out. So I thought I'd just read it and then give my thoughts on it on the channel. So without further ado, let's get into it, okay? Alright. Before I start with the overview, I have to tell you all that this is very spoiler filled. So if you don't want to read on or listen on or you can just go watch my other video, which is definitely better. Definitely. So to go over what happened in the chapter, Armin, that's it. That's the chapter, everybody. Armin! Woohoo! So to recap from last month, the remaining Survey Corps members had to choose between Armin or Erwin to take the Titan serum that would turn him into a shifter. And in the end, although they both had valid points, Armin was chosen, and in doing so, he became a Titan shifter. So in this month, Armin regains consciousness, but doesn't remember anything that happened prior to going unconscious. So Eren and Levi explain what's been going on while he's been unconscious. After telling Armin what he needed to know, they discussed why they chose him over Erwin, and the responsibilities he would have to hold now that he was chosen. Once everything seems cleared up, Eren, Mikasa, Levi, and Hanji head to the basement to see what's in there. While searching around in the basement, they find a secret compartment which holds a photograph. And in doing so, they learn that humans are actually living outside the walls. End chapter. With the recap done, I want to focus on some points from the chapter. The biggest note I want to really focus on right now is the basement. It took us 6 years to find out what was in the basement, and finally we have been answered. But the funniest part was, the key that Eren had all this time did not open the door. It wouldn't open the door. So Levi had to kick the door down. That's just ridiculous. But because of this, now we know there are people outside the walls. And the people inside the walls are inside the walls for some reason. That's the best explanation I can give it. But yeah, so there's people who are outside the walls, but supposedly they're living harmoniously, despite it being Titan world out there. We'll have to see how they are so protected, I guess. I'm going to touch on the characters now. And first off, we'll talk about Armin. Armin was a bit off in this chapter because it felt like he was regressing a little. I mean, he's been doing so much for the last few chapters. That's a joke because he was kind of nearly dead. But no, for the chapters he wasn't nearly dead for, he did some pretty smart stuff, especially going face to face with a colossal titan. That deserves praise on its own. But like I was saying, he kind of went back to being kind of feeling like he was worthless, like how he felt at the very start of the series. He felt like he didn't deserve to be chosen over Erwin. He does deserve to live. He's a great asset to humanity. I mean, and now he's a greater asset to humanity because he's a shifter. Eren and Mikasa, this was a nice chapter for them, and I'll go into more detail about it. But you see them being able to go back home. That's basically, they wanted to someday return back to Shigashina and see it all. At the same time, who would want to go back to the place where they saw their own mother die? I don't know. Levi and Hanji were both talking about how it would be kind of hard now without Erwin, but that the decision has been made and there's really nothing they can do about it. Just to not regret it. Hey, right, Levi? Don't regret it. Don't regret it, Levi. With the characters out of the way, it's time to talk about some parts of the story which I think will probably come back in a later time. The first point is at the very start of the chapter, we see Armin able to see Berthold, who was the colossal titan. He was crying in his mind. So, to me, it's obvious that Armin has the memories of Berthold. I just wonder if that'll have any effect on Armin. Maybe he'll know about the people that aren't in the walls, who are supposedly living peacefully. And maybe, yeah, he can talk about them to the remaining Survey Corps. So that could be a thing. I'm just speculating, kind of. Something else I would like to point out is, last month, Eren and Mikasa really went hard trying to get Armin to be saved. Really, like, way too hard. They combated against Levi, who's their superior officer. So some people were worried that they wouldn't get punished for that, but they are gonna get punished for it. I don't know if we'll see it, but it's acknowledged that they're gonna get punished for that. So, I mean, that's pretty nice. Just like, you didn't have to acknowledge it, but Isayama did. He did it, and that makes the series better, that he didn't let it pass. The final point I really want to make is the callbacks in this chapter. For example, the most prominent one is the one where Eren and Mikasa are standing outside their house. You see the first image of them when they were children, running towards it. And then there's the second image. It just shows them standing there, just staring at the house and the memories they have of that day 5 years ago. And then, to further that, when they were children, they couldn't move the planks to save their mum. They couldn't save Carla. But in one of the images, you see them moving a plank. It just shows you how much they've grown as characters and, well, as people, because of the military. So, yeah, that was a really nice one. But another one that's a bit more subtle is whenever Eren comes over to Armin and hugs him. It's not completely the same, but it's almost similar to how Mikasa hugged Eren whenever she found out he was alive. And I really enjoy that because, I mean, they've been through so much. And just to see Eren go down to Armin and hug him. Yeah, you can probably tell from my voice that I'm so happy about that. That sounds like I'm being sarcastic. No, I'm being serious. It's just my voice isn't very good at being emotional, to be honest. Alright, I'm ending it here. The chapter was really nice, and I'm just so happy we finally got to see inside the basement. Although, I mean, some people are probably disappointed that it didn't show how Titans are made, or it didn't show how Titans are made. Whoa! I think most people wanted to see how the Titans are actually made, but that's for later. But yeah, I can't wait till next month. I think next month will be slower than this month's, even though this month's was still pretty slow. But, yeah. With that, that's the video done. Yeah. Bye. No, don't leave. Yeah. I have the usual stuff to say. So, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, like it, share it, subscribe to me if you want, and next week won't be an Attack on Titan video. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be a game I really enjoy. It came out recently for the PC, and I really enjoy it, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun reviewing it. Although, when I say review, not really gonna be a review, because it's you'll see it next week. Ooh, I've beat it, haha, I'm a genius. But yeah, see you next week for that video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I can't even emotion for days. Alright, goodbye everybody.